Hi, everyone. Happy Friday and welcome. Do you see, you guys? I just can't get over all the flowers behind Linda right now.
I
So
know.
Oh, I know.
it really uplifted me. Now it makes me.
Either I remind you of a funeral.
Oh gosh.
So pretty.
So anyways, hello everyone. And if you have questions, go ahead and pop them in, and I'll star them, and they'll come in right in row. So no worries about that. But it's good to be here with you all. And for the 5 of you who don't know Linda, this is Linda G, who's a special guest for Kim and I tonight. And she actually has her channel, which is Linda G. How do you say that, Linda?
Linda G. Comanche Psychic.
Comanche Psychic.
Or Psycho, whatever you feel.
Yeah, either way, it'll come up. You start typing Linda in the search engine, and she'll pop right up at the first one. But Linda, you also have another channel going right now.
Oh yeah, I'm just starting that one. It's
but it's fun.
Linda G. Can Cook. And I'm trying to make recipes from the White House. And I did.
Wow, nice.
I just finished John F. Kennedy's favorite blue cheese and a fish soup that he really liked.
Oh wow!
I wouldn't make it again. The blue cheese I would make.
Oh, blue cheese, anything.
Oh yeah,
me too.
I can't go to a restaurant and order blue cheese because if my kids are with me, because they can't even stand to look at
it. Linda, when you cook their dishes, do you ever feel them with you, like around you, or what? Do they ever pop in?
Well, I have a huge picture of John F. Kennedy and his brothers in my kitchen. Huge, right. That I had specially framed. So yeah, they're always with me.
Right.
I don't think John was the one that was interested in the cooking. I think this is more his mother's recipes.
Right.
And Jackie.
Yeah.
Right.
That's awesome. And so y'all need to go visit the cooking channel. I've caught the first couple of the cooking ones, and so I think
terrible camera angles. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what but I'm learning.
See, and that's what it is.
I'm just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It makes it even that much more of a treasure.
Yeah. And the things I have to say, sometimes I can't believe things that came out of my mouth. But my son's girlfriend is the one that oversees it. And she's really sweet, and she's in college, and she's trying to get her driver's license, and it costs a lot of money to have drivers. Oh, her husband has watched them all. Oh, thank you. But I let her have the money, any money that's on it, plus I throw some more in, because it's not really making money. But
nice.
That's awesome, though. That's just, I love that.
Thanks.
Anyways, you guys go check it out. And it's just kind of a relief from this type of thing to do something just kind of creative.
I don't know what made me think of it.
Well, just for yourself, but also
just for myself and to have a good time. And now my my son's girlfriend really wants me to. I made the stew again last night. I make a stew that everybody's raving about. So I thought, well, maybe I'll go ahead and do that too. It's easy peasy, but everybody loves it. The key is flouring the meat or fake meat, whatever you want to use, and frying it up. That's the key. Gives it a good flavor.
To me, it makes sense because, I think our food is one of those things that joins people together, makes people come together. And it's a very, it's about bringing people together to the table, to, whatever, but it also brings cultures, that's how you understand cultures, how the world comes together. Music and food seem to be those things that everybody can appreciate and love, and they don't have any kind of, whatever, nothing attached to them. They can just be enjoyed,
But sometimes when
it makes sense to me.
These people, I can see the food they have platters, but they don't eat in spirit, but yet they present as if they are. It's interesting.
Interesting.
That is that's interesting.
Well, I just enjoy the different creative
Thank you.
outlet and community. It's still community, but
It's still community. It's like, let's get together and chow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the COVID weight going, and I finally found a diet. I'm on day 4 now. I can't say the word diet. Let's just say I'm changing the way I'm doing things.
Okay.
I'm finding recipes that are pretty healthy, so I might start up with that.
I think a lot of people picked up habits they didn't expect, you know, or ones that you thought were kind of under control come creeping out, you know, because my project was a candy cupboard. I used to just have a candy drawer. During COVID, it became a candy cupboard. So that was the difference. But it was still, just like that.
I never even ate chips. I wasn't a chip person. Never. My sister loved chips, but not me. And now I was finding myself unconsciously eating chips. It's like, whoa. Like I got a whole thing of C's candy right here that I picked up for Easter presents. And Easter's not till the 14th. Why I got it so early, I don't know. But I'll tell you, it's everything in my power just to the power of C's will compel you.
Power of C's. I love it. Anyways, we're all with you with that, with the COVID bad eating habits. Find a new way.
Then I mean, just oh my God, I've seen people too. I haven't seen in a long time that have like me. They blew up. It's like whoa, we're all in it.
Well, you know what? People that know me, that haven't seen me since COVID, would say the same thing. It's
really okay.
Oh yeah. I'm afraid to go home to San Diego. People will go, "What happened to you? What happened to you?
You look great, Debbie.
You look
great." Anyway, all right. Well. We do have a lot of things happening in the news. I am supporting the women right now that are protesting and standing for their right to go to school. And so, and we've seen the videos of them doing that and marching for their rights. And it's scary. They are risking their lives for this So this is why I'm sporting the women's rights or human rights t-shirt.
Yeah.
The
ones in Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah. So I just wanted in solidarity with them.
And they said they wouldn't do that, and they did.
Yep.
They said they wouldn't do that, and they did.
Of course they did.
It's our,
God. And so, okay, so now, Kim, you were on Tuesday, not last night. So
right.
Things have happened since Tuesday that you didn't read on. So, but looking at Ginny Thomas, what are you guys feeling about that? It's heating up. It's getting more and more heating up. And I know that we all saw stuff before this, of course. And but it's starting to play out. It's starting to roll out.
He's from the hospital, but we don't know. Did he get released on hospice care? We don't know. Is he going home and being treated at home because they would try to hold him on as long as they could because he doesn't want to leave while Biden's in office. That's the main focus. If we could just hold off till we get a majority where they wouldn't vote for anybody but another Thomas,
Yeah.
Right.
I just felt that desperateness of holding on.
Well, it's interesting. So he was sick enough to, and you were a nurse. You are still a nurse, but they were pumping him with IV antibiotics.
Yeah, that's serious.
That is serious. Isn't that like C. diff and stuff like that?
Clinton was real sick like that too.
Yes, that's right.
But I had a strong feeling, this is me, that for entertainment purposes only, he went in for one thing and they're finding something else. I don't know.
Linda, I got the exact same thing on
Yeah.
Tuesday night. I got the exact same thing.
Maybe he was a diabetic. He's a diabetic, and he had something, and then they found something else. So I'm almost feeling like he already got bad news.
Yeah, I feel like it's heart, blood pressure related. That's what I felt, because I did think diabetes first, and I'm like, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like
I'm not quite
something
sure.
that's And this stressful stuff his wife is putting him through now, all of this stuff coming out, that's not going to it's going to exacerbate whatever it is. So it's not good news for him. And I kind of saw, I asked about like what's going to happen to him, and I saw him fading away. I don't know what that means. If it means he has to leave, they make him leave, or he does leave.
Sorry, somebody hit something hard. Okay.
Okay.
Did you hear that? Boom.
I did.
One of the dogs ran right into the table.
Oh.
So,
But so I don't know if that mean, or it could mean a death, but usually deaths don't look like that to me. But I just saw him like fading away. So, or he has to recuse himself so much from all of this stuff that they're looking at. It won't make a difference. He's even there. He'll have to.
There's definitely
himself.
There's definitely an ending. But you know, when I get that holier than thou attitude, you can't tell us what to do. You can't tell us, and it's almost like, so because there's nothing, this may change the cosmetic makeup of the Supreme Court now. Congress may decide, you know what, you guys have to stay on a certain, because he knew what his wife, she was at the January 6th.
Yeah.
You know.
He knew doggone well, yet he still listened to those cases and voted for Trump.
Exactly.
That's the thing with that Amy. That Amy, even though her husband, had some cases, she still listened to them. And they need to make that like they do with other judges. Every other court has a morality court.
Right?
Yes.
Yep.
And
the rules don't apply to them. They just don't apply.
No, that's that attitude. I could feel it. Like while you and I are talking about this, and I hear everybody saying he needs to step down. I'm feeling like they're just whatever, ignore them. That's what I'm getting. But I do feel he's not well. And I think he gets sicker as this pressure goes on. She's not trying to stand up to the higher realm and say, honey, this is too much stress for you. I'm so sorry. Let's go ahead and stand down. She's not doing that at all.
No. And did you read her? They on Twitter, they showed one of her text messages, and it was just cray. It was literally QAnon, like play-by-play words, like exactly what QAnon had been saying. She was tweeting out, and on the 5th, like the day before.
Oh my God!
And just it is absolutely, and the comments under it, are funny. You guys, they're just.
What they're saying to her.
Oh my gosh, what they say. And
sometimes I laugh so hard when some of those comments.
But when I read that, I was actually surprised. I didn't realize she was so like, ooh.
She drank the Kool-Aid.
She absolutely did. And that he would know about that and not
do a thing about it.
Yeah.
And she there's only 2 people that I felt the lifespans were not long based on my cards, because when I get the death with the Knight and the 4 of Swords, that's a physical death with a coffin. But it doesn't mean they're going to go now. But I see a shorter life. They're not going to live to be old. That one was Justice Thomas, and the other one was Bill Barr.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I've often felt Bill Barr, and his book didn't take off at all.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
We that's interesting. So I'm curious. Should we check into Jenny and see how this is going to play out for her?
Yes.
Yeah, let's look at her.
Hey, Ron, Unconditional Love.
Hi, Greeter. Hugs to you.
Hi, Greeter. Hi, Mims. Connie. Hail, the gang's all here.
Hey. the family.
Hi, Liz. Hi, Rhonda. Okay, let's take a look at Jenny, you guys. Put the energy out there.
Yeah.
So we get the right information.
I mean, is she an angry bird? I mean, I just get angry bird. And when I feel angry bird, it's more like spinning in here. And like, she's like,
Oh, listen, she was desperately seeking truth to all this stuff. She wanted proof beyond a reasonable doubt, but the problem is there is no proof because it was all a lie.
right.
Giuliani and even Susan Powell, or what's her name? What's that gal's name? Susan.
Sydney Powell.
Well, Your Honor, who would actually believe this? It was all made up.
Wow.
Judges were begging them, give me some evidence that this is what happened, and they never could come up with it.
I feel like all he does all the time is please her. She is in his ear. So if they say she's not, that is not true. He listens to her, and he worships her. I mean, he really does. He thinks she's the most amazing thing, and she has his ear. I also feel like there's money attached to this somehow. I don't know if they make money off QAnon, or they try to raise money off QAnon stuff, or I don't know what this is, but there's money attached somehow to her involvement with that group. I don't know how, but I'm just seeing money ties to her and this Q stuff.
They can't impeach him because they don't have enough sitting on they don't have the 3/4 to impeach him.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see some sort of hearing about all this.
I feel Mitch McConnell's very concerned about this. I feel Mitch McConnell very upset. And,
but also, what do you think about Justice Roberts? This must make the whole.
Oh yeah.
The confidence in the Supreme Court is down to nil now.
And that this would happen at the same time they're trying to tear down this overly qualified woman. I mean, it looks so bad. It just looks awful. I don't know who can't see it with their own 2 eyes. It looks so bad.
I like beer.
Tears in his beer. Mr. Tears in his beers.
Oh my God.
Well, he lied to Congress, so they still have that ability to, and then, what they did to Kavanaugh. Hello, what did Mitch McConnell do to change the Supreme Court? While there was a sitting Democratic president, he put in 2 Republican choices.
Yeah.
Well, and until they do start putting people in jail and holding them accountable, they'll just keep doing it because it works.
That's that attitude, I feel like, whatever. Talk amongst yourselves, We'll just wait for this to slow down. But it's affecting his health.
Yes. Yeah. You put 1 or 2 of them in jail and all of their tunes would change. They think if there's a chance. Mark Meadows has a good chance of getting, I think, maybe the most chance of getting kind of a smackdown from the judicial system, because to me, he's kind of and I think the right would be like, oh, well, he's kind of a sacrificial lamb. I feel like they don't like him that much. And I feel like he's kind of on the outside or something of them. Like they don't care for him that much. It's kind of like a Ted Cruz. Like he's with us, but we don't really like that he's with us.
Right, exactly.
Because Mark Meadows, I just feel like they don't really like him that much. And he has played both sides of the fence before. So it kind of feels like they would sacrifice him if he had to go down. I think they would let it happen. And but he might be the one of the ones that actually has some consequences. For some reason, I'm just feeling that right now as we're talking about this. But I don't know. Mark Meadows came up.
Yeah, and I've read on him before, and yeah, he is definitely in the hot seat. He definitely, I think you're spot on with that, Kim. Thank you, Lorraine. Giving you big hugs.
Thank you, Lorraine.
Thanks, Lorraine.
Thank you.
What did you get?
Oh, me. Well, justice.
Yeah.
I feel like with this new information coming in, we're going to see some justice coming in with
Thank
Ace
you.
of Wands,
Yeah.
and it just it's still moving slow though. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, and I don't like that in around justice, because it always means it's not. We want it to move so fast. We want to hear tomorrow that they have her in jail,
Right.
but they'll get her.
Lock her up. Yeah.
Right. I mean, like you said, until they start putting some of these people in.
Till they pay the piper. Nobody's paying the piper.
No one's paying the
Right.
piper.
I'll tell you, Thomas is struggling now. His health is bad. I can tell you that beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. He can't take this on. You know, it's going to be too much for him to take on physically. But I mentally, I feel like he's and emotionally, he's kind of dead inside. I feel like he's kind of like, he just does what he has to do because that's what he signed up for.
Yeah.
He doesn't care anymore. But his physical health won't hold up under this kind of stress.
And I see, I do see the news flashing that he's crossed, but the news flash could be even a few years away. So, but I see Justice Roberts talking to him.
Oh.
I see the other justices, including with the representation of Roberts, like, dude, this is this we're not respected. It's making us look bad.
Right.
Now they will pack the Supreme Court because they can't trust they can't trust you, especially.
Hugging you back, Spirit Whisperer. You're so funny. Love him. Have you been on his channel, Linda, at all? Spirit Whisperer?
I don't know.
He
It sounds familiar, or I might be coming up with a show. You should see my calendar.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God. A lot of people, I don't know how to do this group stuff. So I always have to have the other person, you know.
Do it. Yeah.
But Kirsten Langston, the one who I had first done videos with
Yeah.
She's the one that first, and now she's the reason I didn't want to do it, because she had the lights and did the makeup and everything. I'm like, this is a lot of work. And that she said, Linda, I'm going to show you how to do SteamYard. So she's going to help.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Good.
nice.
She's going to be on here next Friday. So that'll be fun.
Oh, she's coming up with you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to watch that for sure.
I'm not on next Friday, but
Yeah.
who will be on? So it'll be just the two of you?
Lisa.
Oh, Lisa. Right. Yeah, I do every other Friday. So but that'll be fun. I'll definitely tune in.
It should be fun. Yeah, anyway, so as far as Ginny goes, I just feel like this season is ending. Like this whole mind, I just feel like we're not going to be worrying about it.
But when you just said that, especially her, she wants him to stay more than anybody because she doesn't want Biden to pick a new justice. And I can feel nails like we're dragging her away.
Yeah, and basically, because you talked about Clarence's energy kind of fading. I feel her energy fading, not in a death way, but I just feel her energy fading. Like we're going to be going, Ginny, who? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Can I step away 1 second? Because the meal I ordered my son that I slaved over a hot stove over is at the door via Uber.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
of course.
That's so sweet. Yeah, so I do. That's what I'm kind of feeling with her. Like all of a sudden, it's going to be like not even in our forefront. But I don't know what that's about. But
Well, and it could be that they are fading. They're going to fade as a couple because they've kind of been a power couple, and so maybe some of their influence and some of the kind of stuff they pushed for and that kind of thing will fade with them. They'll kind of just. To me, it just feels like the end of an era. We're coming to this end of this era, and this kind of almost like the cymbals crashing at the end of a song. It's kind of like, this is what's happening with all this corruption and dark money and all this stuff happening in Washington. It just feels like it's just going to bubble up, and it will be kind of the end of that era. They'll always, where there's big money, there's always be some kind of corruption, but this type, what we're seeing with the Supreme Court and with Russia and Russian money and all that stuff, I just feel like it's just going to be the end of this kind of corruption in this way, that era. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm tapping into. That is what I'm feeling. Absolutely.
Hey, there was a Russian defense minister, Sergei Solga, that's dead. They said he had a heart attack and accidentally fell out the window.
So is he dead because he's been missing?
No, they said he had a heart attack. He's dead.
Oh, they finally came up with that, because that was on my list of things I wanted to look at tonight, because all the news, it's just like he's been missing in action. What's happened to him like that? So he had a heart attack.
I did see like a man leaving his inner circle and like at a protest, kind of stepping down. But I didn't see him dying. I saw him stepping away and turning away from Putin and doing it publicly.
There is a guy that did, one of his oligarchs. Is that what you call him?
Yeah. But this is not that guy. This is a different guy.
Okay.
Is this a different guy?
No, it's not this guy. It's a different guy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Because I didn't see him dying, but okay.
Out, and then he announced to the public he wasn't supporting Putin, and then he was gone. He left, but he's still left.
Right.
His defense secretary, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
His defense guy. Yeah.
So now they're talking that Putin's thinking of just staying in a certain area that already had Russians in it or something, and they may not venture outside of that. And the news was saying, oh, this could be good news. I am feeling better about things than I was before. I do feel he wouldn't dare do chemicals because it would be the end. Is it just as good as doing nukes? We get a smell of the chemicals. He's not going to get away with it, I'm telling you.
Right.
Like he did before.
No, he made his statement that they did their first, they're done with their first phase of action. And now they're going to be looking into the second phase or whatever.
Right.
Like they have some plan. So
right.
I don't know if they're trying to look smart or.
Hey, and GSA has approved the sale of Trump's lease on that place in Washington, D.C., his hotel.
Oh, his hotel.
Just approved.
Oh. He's starting to lose his stuff.
And the big wigs, the oil execs, have admitted just now that regulations and pricing is because of them, not Putin.
Wow. All right. So looking at some of the questions here.
Oh, yes, I love that one. We got to look at that.
Hi, Laura.
Clinton is busting out laughing.
These people.
She's like, I can't wait for Discovery.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I just heard dead in the water, so it's not gonna. I don't see it going on.
I heard it on the news. My immediate flash was the judge throws it away. Says that it's an burger.
Well, and sometimes it's not for them. Thank you, Running Sloth. It's not necessarily. It's just getting that idea out there. It's not necessarily that even Donald Trump thinks it's going to go anywhere. It's that they just want that idea out there. This RICO case against Hillary Clinton, it was filed, and they wouldn't go forward with it because it's a Democratic. You know what I mean? It plays into that victimhood and that Hillary's off. The Clintons are awful, and So even just filing the case, like they said, like with Ukraine, if you just say you're looking into Joe Biden, that's enough.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's that kind of thing as well.
It's not going to work out for him.
It's not. It's not.
I'll tell you, Hillary's right here. She might even win a little money for the attorneys for him wasting her time. I don't know why Joe Biden is in the middle of this. Maybe she asked Joe Biden, or they asked via Joe Biden some information from the Mueller thing or something. I don't know, but it feels like something's released for her. But I see the judge saying it's a nothing burger.
I feel like it's going to kind of swing back around and bite them in the butt somehow.
Oh, good.
But when I turned to kind of start shuffling the cards, I heard it's just a joke. It's like, what? It's like a joke. And I feel like that's how it's going to be looked at. Like, really? Like, this is what you're doing? Almost like a kind of a this continual try to refocus the spotlight, so to speak.
Right.
And it's a joke. It's like, really?
And you asked about Joe Biden, because I'm seeing him hand over papers. And so there may be a point where they ask for something White Housey about her, and so he'll have to hand something over. But to me, it doesn't feel like there's no consequence. It's nothing. It's really nothing. It's just, but I feel like he has to do this because otherwise it will look like he's covering up something, even though there's nothing to,
right. Well,
there's nothing to cover up.
That guy that worked with him on that show, The Apprentice, he said this is his style. This is his modus operandus. This is what he is. When he's in trouble, he's filing lawsuits.
Right.
Saying, squirrel, squirrel.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's funny you say squirrel, because here's squirrel right here. Squirrel. But yeah, he's feeling stuck. He literally, this is him backed into a corner. Right. Yeah. And so he's trying to, throw this out and make something out of nothing here. But here's
a nothing burger.
A nothing burger, really. And you have the Four of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and then the Ten of Swords. And that's where I'm kind of seeing it's kind of coming back on him.
It's not going to hurt Hillary, I'll tell you that much.
No, it's coming back on him. And look, there's regrets and then death. So the death card. So it's coming back on him. This tactic that has worked, that he thinks has worked for him in the past, is not going to work again.
Right.
Interesting. I think part of him thinks, he's, whenever he does his little get-togethers, he always gets some chanting, lock her up still. And so I think he feels like they still, that there's still something that he can draw out from that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's another thing I was thinking, is this another grifting opportunity to get money from his supporters, saying, I've filed this lawsuit, send me money, to help me, whatever, because he's bleeding money.
But I heard he had $20 million in his little political PAC. He has more money than the Republican committee and the Democrat committee combined.
Really?
Yes. That's what they were saying on the news.
I feel like personal. Well, maybe he can't touch that, because I feel like personally,
I think he's
bleeding money.
Touch it for political things.
He needs it. But I'm sure he's trying to figure out how to get his hands on it. But yeah, that's interesting. So it's going nowhere.
Listen, you guys, they're selling his lease with Washington, D.C. It's just been approved.
Oh.
So he's got nothing to say about it. They're getting rid of his lease.
Great.
So he can't make any money on that.
Great.
God, did he make fat on that when he was president? Remember, everybody who wanted to meet with him would stay there. All the
yes,
would take floors, and then he charged, $20 a bottle for water with the Secret Service.
Oh yes, it was just a giant grift. It was a giant grift.
Everything he does. Thank you, personal transformation. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, whenever I read on him, I go like this. I get that look on my face, like, what in the world? This whole energy. It's like, what?
Well, I'll be really happy that Judge Jackson is going to be a justice now.
Yes.
Yes.
And I can't, I mean,
she'll make it. Let me tell you, you might get one. I don't know why. I even feel not Mitch McConnell, the Mormon guy from Utah. What's his name?
Yeah.
He ran for president.
Right.
He thought he was,
you're going, yeah. What's that?
He thought he was going to beat Obama.
Right. What's his name?
Whatchamacallit?
Somebody in the chat will tell us. We're all drawing a blank.
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney.
I don't know. It could be Susan Collins and the other one and Mitt Romney. Maybe one or two.
I could see his face.
Ben Sass just came out and said he's not going to vote for her.
Who did?
Ben Sass.
He's not going to vote for her?
The more logical Republican that said that everybody was making a spectacle of themselves. He said he's not going to vote for her. Probably because McConnell said no.
Yeah, McConnell made a big old, I'm not, oh, come on, really? And then, but Mnuchin, it will be voting for her.
Yes, he said yes. And as long as Cinnamon Bun votes for him.
Yeah. So
I think she will.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. They looked so weird when they were talking. They kept talking about child porn. And so it was just the most bizarre spectacle. I did not.
Why is the far right so obsessed? I had a friend in Missouri that I loved her. And then she started telling me about how Hillary Clinton was eating babies.
It's so bizarre.
The pizza
so bizarre.
I was like, it's like they're in a different world.
Yeah, well, you just described it perfectly. They are in a different world.
Yeah.
And so they're the party that have had the only like pedophiles that we know of that have like come into office. They're the party that.
Yeah, you got Jordan in there.
Yeah, exactly. Jim Jordan turning a blind eye, and
who
Matt Gaetz.
Manchin? Not.
I mean, this is a true it's Manchin, not Mnuchin. I always get those names
mixed up.
But I have this great family that helps me out with all my words and names. But isn't it interesting how in real life you can get away with this stuff, like Jim Jordan? It's right there in your face. All this stuff happening. Like you can get away with all that stuff, but then they make up shit against the Democrats, and people believe it. But yet, right in
Matt Gaetz too. Matt Gaetz is alive.
Matt Gaetz.
All of that. Like, here's some real life stuff. It's right here. There's evidence. Yet you turn your eye away from there and then make up some crazy ass story against the Democrats. Does it make any sense?
They just deflect, and you're right. They just believe it. And I don't think actually most people believe it. It's just those people that will not get off the Trump. And there aren't that many of them anymore. I feel like they're going after this Q people, they're trying to appeal to them. And it's such a small sliver of even the Republican Party. They're loud, and they're probably the people they hear from all the time because they're loud and weird and whatever. But they're not, it's not like that's most Americans. Most Americans are very moderate.
Yes.
They really are.
And, I hate to say this, but that virus took out a lot of the,
the real right wing. It really did.
I just read a woman today, her family member died of COVID and just drank the Kool-Aid, just wouldn't get and he had issues, My cousin died of COVID, and he loved that. So breaking news, the U.S. and G7 freeze the Russian central bank gold reserves. This is 20% of the central bank's total assets, between $100 to $140 billion.
Wow.
Oh, it's getting tighter. It's squeezing you guys.
They're squeezing him.
I
little
saw
by little.
this. When is he going to release it? We've already passed. This is day 3. They said 48 hours.
48 hours. Yeah.
48 hours.
50,000 rush bank
name.
named soon.
Oh,
If
she
Trump
wants to know
is there.
if Trump's name is in there. Oh, absolutely. Guaranteed. Remember his kids came in and said, we don't need American banks. We bank with Russia.
Exactly. Well, and it may not be Donald Trump. It may be like, it may be one of the kids, or it may be like David Dennison or one of his aliases, so they have to look for those as well. John Barron, the names that he uses, it could be under one of those as well.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we're going to see several people that we have issue with. I feel like we're going to see a lot of those people in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing that guy that I don't know why my brain does this. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing that guy that went by on January 6th and he held up his hand like that. What was his name?
Oh, Josh Hawley.
Josh Hawley.
Oh,
his face came right in regards to one of these names.
There's lawsuits going on in each state where people were involved in the insurrection to stop them from running for Senate again or Congress.
Oh, that would be wonderful. That would just be so. I did feel like a lot of them will be leaving soon. Like a lot of these people, these faces we're seeing now, we're not going to be seeing them much longer. Marjorie Taylor Greene and those. I feel like they're
getting rid of. Listen to this. Senator Ben Sasse just said about Judge Brown Jackson, she has impeccable credentials, a deep knowledge of the law, and is an extraordinary person with an extraordinary American story. But he said he is sadly unable to vote for her confirmation.
How?
He's impeccable. But
I was say what? And he didn't give the reason why he's not going to vote for her. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How disgusting. How do these people just...
You know why? It's McConnell. Some people have to do what he says.
Yeah.
And just,
Yeah.
Well, they're on the wrong side of history in every way. They just are. Those hearings are going to age so badly. They really are. I mean, in every way. Even just staying on child porn forever and talking about all these cases detail by detail is weird. So all of that stuff is going to, and when they start getting Matt Gaetz, it's really going to age really badly for them. So, and then the racist stuff is just being overtly racist, overtly sexist. It's just gross.
Oh, the only thing missing in those hearings was their hoods. That's the only thing missing.
What did you say, Linda?
The thing missing with those people in the senators with the judge was their hoods. They didn't bring their hoods. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah, we could see their faces. That was exactly.
And in regards,
I'm frightened because Bernie Sanders is saying we need to start having like a huge hit on these oil barons, etc., with their windfalls that they get. They're extra. 50% on up. And I guess these corporations are freaked out.
He always freaks out the corporations.
I love that about him. But yeah, as far as this goes, I feel like a lot of these Republicans voting, I heard that Mitch has them by the huevos.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have whatever he has on him or whatever.
But I feel Mitch walking away because I don't think he's not going to be the Speaker of the House. He thinks he's got his power back because, hey, that's how it happens. But that's not how it's going to happen this time.
Mm-mm.
Plus, Biden's numbers are going up. And they're going to present some more stuff. Remember I told you him presenting that $1,400 check in everybody's pockets? The votes were in for Biden. I said, smart move, Mr. Biden. It's like that. He's going to do something else. He's going to do something else to help people. Like right now in California, by the DMV record, the governor here is going to cut everybody a $400 check by your DMV to show you own a car to help you pay for gas.
Wow.
Hello. I'll vote for him again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. exactly.
Another thing that the California governors did was if you they're making abortions free, no out of pocket.
Wow.
Wow.
If they need an abortion.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's coming in. It's coming in with the energy of all these other states who are completely doing the absolute.
Yeah, but there's one state, I don't know which one it was, maybe Alabama, that if you go leave for another state to have an abortion, you're like going to jail or you're criminally.
And they can.
How can they kidnap people and make them in the state?
Exactly.
Constitutionally, that would have to go downhill.
Right.
And they can sue the poor girl for $20,000. Your family members can sue you. The rapist person can sue you. And, you know, it's like, what? It's so
yeah.
They want so badly to pull us back to a different time, right? In every way, because the system works for them. They don't want to let go, but it's ending. It's going to end. So get used to it. I guess
like we're hitting skid marks because I'm talking skid marks in your underwears. I'm talking skid marks on the street because they want to make it come to a stop. They don't want to lose the good old boys control.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
They're pulling at everything, pulling out all the stops.
I know our governor in California was the one who started just marrying gay people, just saying we're just going to start. Yeah. And that's how we need to be. We need more of that in the Democratic Party, where it's like, I'm just going to do it. What are you going to do? We've seen with Republicans, right? You can go very, very far if we're doing the right thing, we'll go even farther with it. I mean, they got it through the Supreme Court. So just do stuff. Just start doing stuff. If you're a Democrat, for God's sake, just try. At least try. At least try.
Exactly.
Susan wants to know if there's any big events.
Anything happening next week? So I remembered to do that one because Beverly also was asking that question.
Well, I know that Sunday I'm going to the Bunko Girls Oscar party.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, how fun.
That's my favorite.
Oh my gosh, I haven't played Bunko in like 20 years.
They never played
me too.
I joined this group when I moved to Marin County. They were so sweet. When I had cancer, they were all my sister's friends. They dropped a meal at the door every day to feed my family. And I didn't even know them. So each girl has to have something. So there's one girl in the group that always has the Oscar party. Let me tell you, she does a huge deal with delicious food and the old posters, and we laugh. It's so fun. And then you pay $5 for the ballot. And then whoever wins the most wins a few bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun. That sounds great.
So that's my big event, is the Oscar party. And we've been having COVID, so we've gone a couple of years without it.
Without it, yep.
But I know what she's talking about. She wants to know. No, let me tell you something. I do see Roberts talking to Thomas. Thomas is sick. I'm telling you, I'm not seeing him going in just yet. Or if he goes in at all, I feel like he's really, really wiped out. But what I'm feeling is she's the one talking in Thomas's ear. She's the one like, no, well, and hey, by the way, hello, Biden's in office. Like, can't we hold off until at least the 2022 elections?
Right. And he does listen to her. He thinks she's wonderful. And she's crazy.
I think that Ron DeSantis is gone. I'm going to tell you right now. He thinks he's all that in a cup of tea, and he may even try to cheat to win, but I see him gone.
Yeah. I've always seen a scandal taking him out, and I don't know. It almost feels like a sex scandal, but now I'm not really sure about that, but it does feel like it's something kind of almost like not politically connected. It's something else, like his bank account or a sex scandal or something outside that is more personal.
Oh, wow. So let's see this weekend. What do we got? Anybody?
What?
This weekend or weekend? Okay.
Weekend.
I'm seeing people in the street for some reason. Like marching, like marches in the street. To me, it feels like everywhere, but it could just be a lot or something, or a lot of people. But it feels like everywhere, like
marching in the streets.
Marching in the street.
Marching. Putin goes down.
Is everybody going out with?
Because look at this. The first thing I got was wish come true.
Oh, there you go.
So, and the angel of light and mercy, like the prayers helped. And here's the coffin. Somebody.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody where we celebrate. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
The problem is time frames. It's very hard to pinpoint a weekend.
Oh yeah.
I
sure.
sometimes said something and it'll be a few months later, you know.
Right.
Yeah. That's why my year, when I do my year, I'm always like, it's like a year and a half, because I don't know. Months, it's so difficult to know.
Like my good friend Marianne from Revealing Light says, nothing's written in stone, you guys.
Oh no, yeah. And you know, as the energy is flowing right now, that's what we're flowing with, is how the energy is flowing now. That energy could literally be shifted because we all have free will. Things happen.
Well, you know, I was so anxious. Well, I went outside and did a video because I was feeling this Putin thing happening. I said, you guys, I see ship being caught on fire. I see bodies. I see death. I even see media being killed, reporters. I said, it's huge and it's Putin. Okay. And then I was anxious for 2 nights. I could hardly see. And I prayed like I've never prayed before. I prayed so hard. I was hurting. I was praying so hard. But you know, everybody prayed. And all of a sudden, I felt this energy, like my guys are saying, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, guess what? Because it's funny, the angel of light was right there. It's like, you guys, wait for it. We got some good news for you.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I'm just seeing, you know how when someone's like the hero after the game is over and they put them up and they hold them up over their head and it's like a celebration. I see Biden in that position, and I see people like lifting him up over their head and like after, you know, like a win after the game. So I don't know if something's going to come through and it's going to show that he helped with something, but something's going to lift him up higher. Maybe it's just his rating or what, but I know that
10 points, yeah.
But I see that after this weekend plays out and into next week, we're going to see some more victories.
Good. And they might even, just like our governor did, he may, and Bernie Sanders, they may announce, guess what, you guys, we're going to start hitting 50% taxes on all these oligarchs, and going to use that to give, they said they were going to give it to families earning under $75,000 a year.
Wow.
And in them checks, I'll tell you, some checks that gets the voters down there.
That's right. That's right.
So I love seeing that. And so in our...
Whoa. Uptick just said, Reinhold recently said the nonpartisan legislative analyst office said California's budget surplus is actually $38 billion. Dang.
Wow.
Oh, well, the power of the dog or Coda. Well, let me tell you, I'm picking Coda. I know the power of the dog is winning, but I got to tell you, the power of the dog was a good movie, but I think Jane Campion will win as best director. But Coda was fantastic. I watched that Licorice Pizza. I just wasn't into it. I just didn't get it.
I've heard that was not great. I heard that it was kind of a disappointment. I think you might be right, Linda. Coda feels like that. I haven't seen anything, so I probably have a better feel for it if I did. But
it's about people who are deaf.
There's also something about a musical, so I feel like somebody might win something that's in a musical.
Yeah, West Side Story. It's going to be
West Side Story. So I don't think it'll win Best Picture, but I feel like someone in that cast is going to win or something.
She'll win. She won through the BAFTA and everything. But
okay.
you can watch Coda. What is it, on Apple TV, or you can watch it on it's
Apple.
streaming on one of those. Is
Yeah,
it Apple?
it's
Okay.
on Apple. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to start watching more of the movies. Usually I'm much better at this point than
Well,
I have been, but I just, there's so much to watch now. It's like,
whenever we have that party where I guess who's going to win, I tend to win.
oh, wow. So, well,
deliberately putting the wrong answers because I thought people were thinking I was cheating because I'm psychic. And I didn't want to win all the time. I don't know why I kept winning. 2 years there, I was winning. So I started changing it and putting wrong answers so I wouldn't win. But I'll tell you, I feel Coda's going to win. But my favorite movie, even than Coda, was Don't Look Up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I thought
the woman I read, she might be watching this, is the stepmom to Adam McKay, the producer and director of Don't Look Up.
I thought it was brilliant.
They get to go to some of the they get to go to a party, so she's going to take pictures for me because she knows Brad Pitt. And I said, "Girl, you better hook me up." But even Adam said he thinks Coda's going to win, and his movie was up for Best Picture.
Wow. Okay. Well,
it's hysterical. If you and your husband could watch Don't Look Up, you guys.
We did. We did watch that one. And I did love it, except the last scene where they're all sitting at the table gave me an anxiety attack because my family's, Cassie's overseas, and I don't know what it was about that scene, but it was so tense and intense. I think it just
that you would think
just it just gave me anxiety. Yeah. But it was fantastic. I Leo was great in it. You know,
fun. You know, one of the best movie Adam McKay did was The Candidate, or who's that guy that used to be on Saturday Night Live and he's real tall? Will Ferrell. Mm-hmm. He played a typical red line.
Oh yeah, The Candidate. Yeah.
And that guy, the short little chubby guy, and his father treats him horrible. He said, "Well, Daddy, I know you never did like me." He said, "But you know, when I went to Mama's funeral, I wore Crocs because Mom always liked us to be comfortable."
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, that's him. Anyway, one of my favorite movies. If I'm ever really stressed, there's two movies that help calm me down. It's that one and the one about the West with that guy who does all the voices and Charlize Theron.
Oh.
A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Oh, interesting.
That is hysterical. But it keeps me calm because it's nothing. It's funny. It's got nothing to do.
Right. Yeah. We need to do that. We need to have those places where we can just go and have nothing, right? And just
you know, like I don't know about you guys, but I haven't been watching too much of the news. I get it on Twitter, but
right.
But I do a lot of Turner Movie Channel classic. I like the old black and white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How's Cassie doing, by the way?
She's doing good. She's actually going to come home with her fiance on the 15th. Next.
They're engaged to get married.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, Linda predicted like everything about Cassie about it's been probably like 8 years ago. And Cassie was in such a teenager phase that she thought, this is never going to happen. How will this ever happen? I'm like, Cassie, it just will. And don't worry about the how.
UK too. I saw her living in the
UK. You saw her in the UK and you saw her meeting her husband there and going to school there, everything, all of it, working in film. Good. She got funded for her first short film, so she just finished that, and they're still editing, but she's doing it, and she's screenwriting and editing for people. She has a YouTube channel called Screen Detective where she does. It's called Screen Detective, and she does. She analyzes true crime, and she looks at the crime behind the movie. So she did like the JonBenet Ramsey case and Sid and Nancy, and she's doing the Zodiac Killer right now, and she just did Bonnie and Clyde. So
it really takes off in the UK, more so than the United States.
Yeah.
But because she gets so big in the UK, then she can go both.
I think Linda,
That would be great.
you would enjoy her channel. It's fascinating.
I'm gonna
And
watch
she did
it.
such a brilliant job. I just enjoy every single one.
And it's called the what?
It's called Screen Detective. Yeah. Oh yes, Linda, give her a shout out. Give her a shout out.
Screen Detective.
Screen Detective.
When I do my show, I'll say, everybody watch Cassie on Screen Detective.
Yeah, it's fast. It's nothing like what we do, but it's connected. I think a lot of people like that true crime and mystery. And
I have BritBox. Do you guys have BritBox?
Uh-huh.
I love a good English show.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of detective stories. The English.
Yes, they love detective stories. It must be like the Sherlock Holmes, and it goes back in their.
They had a detective story when my mom was still alive. I can't remember the name, but he was tall and good looking. Oh my God. And they actually had a shower scene where you could see the bottom half, from the side. I pretty near broke my thumb trying to rewind it.
What did I just see?
Hold on, even she, it was like, what?
So, Prairie, I want to say thank you too. Blessings to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dibsy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Cassie's YouTube.
Thank you guys so much. She would be so happy. She's really trying to get her numbers up, and it's hard. It's hard to, as we all know, it's hard. It's hard to get. There's so much content now in YouTube. It's very hard to get seen. But I keep telling her, I'm like, you just need to let people know. Just know you're there, because once they see it, they'll like it and they'll subscribe. But you just need to get people there somehow. So yeah.
Well, I thought I'd be lucky to get 100 people.
That's what I thought too. I thought if it's 3 months and I haven't hit 100 people, I'll just leave it. But if it starts to go, then I'll just keep at it. Yeah.
But now
at least I did my part.
I do it because it's like the crowd, the community. They're just wonderful. The people are absolutely. If I get hit with something bad, someone hurts my feelings or something. Oh my God! Everybody's like, "Don't you pay one bit of attention to that?" Blah 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 blah.
Exactly. They do. They're a healing community. They heal each other. They heal us. It's such it's so amazing. But I think it's meant to be that these communities come together, kind of each in their own, and then now we're kind of bringing them all together in one giant community. It's so beautiful. I think
we're like family.
Exactly. Yeah, it really is. Especially during COVID, I think people felt so isolated and so alone. And I think it helped. And I think people just, it helps their life. I know I feel that way. So it's just makes for a nicer day.
Thank you, Bronx. It's so sweet. And congratulations on your 50,000, Linda.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're probably at 60 now.
I think I'm going up 50,400. But
oh my gosh.
I'm not even looking. I thought that would be kind of cool to hit 50. And now that I'm at 50, I was like, whoa. So, but I don't know how long I'll be on YouTube. I'm not announcing my retirement from YouTube, but I'm having a great time. It's not, I honest to God thought I was going to retire when Trump lost.
I did. I thought the same thing.
Right? We handled, calmed everybody down. You can't leave, Linda. And you know what? I can see how MSNBC feels. More fodder and more fodder. Until these people jump ship, we're kind of like here to keep everybody in an even keel.
And I love it. I wouldn't know what to do with myself without the community and being able to come on and chit chat back and forth and check in on things. And, my community here, when I hit 50,000, Linda, which is like not even in my wheelhouse, but when I hit 50,000, apparently I'm pole dancing and karaokeing for everyone.
Fantastic.
Nobody asked me to pole dance.
It's been a while since you've been on the pole, Linda.
Oh, hell to the no. Nope.
Anyway, such a lovely time, you guys. Thank you for
Cindy said she was doing when I only had 4,000 people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Isn't that fun? And I know I have T-Barb here. She's been encouraging me from the get-go, from when I had 2 people. doing my wind down Wednesdays. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
You know, when I was here, my guides told me I had to be here. This wasn't something that if when they told me I was going to calm people down, then because you knew me, Kim, I was working at Angel Heart, lightweight, nothing fantastic, awful long ways to go. Didn't really make very much money, wasn't really caring about it, you know, but I enjoyed the social part of it. And then Third Eye Champagne had me come to her house, and I thought, oh, yeah, this is a little too much. I would never do this. And then when he said in my ear that I was going to do a YouTube channel, and I'm so glad that they made me do that, because when he said he'll help calm people down, because believe it or not, I actually argued for a minute. And why I didn't get hit by lightning, I have no idea. Because can you imagine arguing with something that powerful? I said, I don't want to do a YouTube. I don't want to have to get up and brush my hair.
Right.
And they said, Linda, you will calm everybody down.
Yeah.
And then I'm a Virgo. Whatever I can do to help, you know. Sure. Yeah. Hey, if that's how I'm supposed to. Went on that doggone thing, did no idea. And look what's happened. Look at the community. Look at all the.
I know. It's amazing.
You can find anything you want. You know, who's the other Australian woman? She's blonde.
Oh, Ellie.
Ellie. Oh,
I love her. Yeah, I love her.
She said the funniest thing. She wrote something. She said, so you guys, what is it when someone just flowery says how much they love you, how wonderful you are, and then they say something really awful about you, and then they end it with the flowery. And I totally related to what she was saying, because it's so funny. People will say, oh, I just adore you, blah, but you know what? And then they give they say these awful things, and then they end it with it. And I said, oh, I know that.
Mm-hmm. Because I think it's, I don't know. I was going to have an answer, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
I love Ellie, and I can't believe anybody would ever say anything negative to her.
She's so.
Oh, I know. It's so, she's so good. She's so really, oh man, she really knows the cards, isn't she?
Oh, she's so interesting.
And every time, she's so good at very, very good. Really enjoy her
card and how you would read it this way and how you would read it that way, and I love it.
She's like a professor, and so is the Revealing Light. Revealing Light is
Revealing Light. Both of those two, very good at.
She had a glass of wine the night Trump died. I died. Wish I would. Well, never mind. Sorry. Entertainment purposes only. The night Trump lost, the day Trump lost, she had a glass of wine, and she said. And just like Linda G said, they're dancing in the streets.
Yep.
That was so, but that's interesting about dancing in the streets. I'll be curious this weekend.
Right. So just one more shout out. Greeter, thank you so much. Blessings to you. Well, we are going to go on with our weekend. And Linda, have a good time at your bunco party. That's
Academy Award party.
How fun.
And
we have to wear our pajamas, which I like even more.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That's a really
theme every year. And this one is we're back in the saddle because we've been on it. We haven't had this for a couple of years, so we get to wear our jammies.
Oh, how fun.
Yay.
That's great.
So, and all of you family, please take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. And love and light.
Can you come off this and I just talk to you guys just for a second?
Yeah. All right. So blessings, everyone. We'll see you soon. Good to see you, Georgie.